9, 10, 11, 12. Friday the 13th. You may only see it once, but that will be enough.
Hi everybody, this is David with Cartoon Fortress, and yes, this is a very, very special video, one that I have been anticipating making ever since Scream Factory made the announcement for this collection. This is going to be one of those physical media collections that goes down in history as one of the Mount Rushmore releases for physical media collectors. Now, of course, we are talking about the Friday the 13th Deluxe Edition 12 movie collection from Scream Factory. I got my order in yesterday and was just absolutely stunned with how gorgeous this set looks. Yes, you can see the artwork online, but having this in hand, in person, is just incredible. I'm very, very excited what Scream Factory has produced for us here. Now, this comes with all 12 films, so this includes Freddy vs. Jason and Friday the 13th, 2009. So this is a complete collection of the Jason films. I do want to make note of a couple of things here before we actually unbox the set. So films 1 through 4, so we're talking Friday the 13th through the final chapter, part 4 if you want to think of it that way. There are new 4K scans on each of those films, so that's really awesome. And then also on Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell, there are new 2K scans of the interpositive. So we get some really great 4K scans, and then the 2K scans on those two films. And then I'm not sure where they have sourced the video for the other films in the collection, but I'll definitely be looking forward to seeing how those look. I'll be jumping into this set just instantaneously. I'll be watching at least the first film tonight, and yeah, just really excited to see the 4K scan. And of course, there's going to be a couple of films in here that have multiple cuts. I know, for instance, the first film has the R-rated theatrical version as well as the uncut version. And I know there's at least one other in the collection that has multiple versions. I know part 3 does include a 3D disc. Yes, it includes the 2D version as well. I saw some confusion online for some reason with people thinking that it was only the 3D disc included in here, and that is just simply not the case. You have the 2D version in here as well as a 3D disc that will need to be played in a 3D capable player. So that is something to note. Also, I got early on the pre-order for this set, and so I did get the included lithographs for those early pre-orders. I'll go ahead and cut to a shot of those right now so that you can see what they look like. These are some very nice additions, lithographs to have in addition to the actual physical set, and they come in measured at 24 inches by 36 inches. Of course, one of them is landscape and one of them is portrait, but it's 24 by 36 on, or if you want to think of it, 36 by 24 on the landscape one, but you can get the same size frame obviously for both of those, so that's nice. And I definitely plan on framing at least the lithograph that's based off of the art on the box here. And then the other one, I might see if I can find another spot for it, but currently I don't have enough room to put both of them up, so that will definitely be the one that takes precedent over the other. But the artwork on both are just absolutely phenomenal, and as you can see here, just some amazing newly commissioned artwork for this set, and we will definitely take a look at that here in a minute as we look over the set itself. I'll be sure and show you all angles because there's artwork to be had on, it seems like, just every aspect of this set. Now, Friday the 13th for me, I wanted to note, is my personal favorite horror franchise. There's not a movie in this collection that's my favorite horror film of all time, but as a collection, as a franchise, this is my favorite franchise, horror franchise of all time. When I was younger, I have a lot of good memories tied, especially for me, for parts 1 through 4, or Friday the 13th through the final chapter. Those are the ones that I watched most growing up, and just have really wonderful memories of watching those with friends and having kind of late night movie marathons with horror movies, and so just really good memories tied to those. But there's some great titles in the collection outside of the first 4 films for sure. But for me, those are kind of where my heart lies with this collection, is those first 4 titles. Now, not only do we have the 12 films, but we also have a booklet that's included, as well as 2 bonus discs. So this is an absolutely stacked release, and of course we'll take a look at the bonus features that are included as well. And each of these films in the collection, they also feature reversible cover art. So you'll have the opportunity to switch those out if you'd like. Any way you look at it, it's nice to be able to kind of customize your own set. I think it's going to be great artwork either way, whether you go with what they provided here or the reverse artwork. But it's just fun to kind of customize the set the way you want it to look. And then of course we have this very nice rigid hard outer box here, and we've come to expect this high quality from Scream Factory. If you're aware of the other collector box sets that they've released, of course we have The Fly, we have Critters, we have the Omen collection, and they've just done really stellar work with those releases. The Omen collection is the only one out of those that I just mentioned that I do not personally own. I would like to pick that up. I'll probably wait for another sale on that one, but definitely in terms of a collector set, another one that's definitely worth owning. So I'm going to go ahead and not waste any more time here. Let's go ahead and get into the set. That's what we're all here for. So we will go ahead and switch over to the other camera and do that now. All right, the moment we have all been waiting for. Let's go ahead and get into this set. So here on the cover we have the newly commissioned artwork, absolutely gorgeous. And if we flip up to the top of the box here, we have yet some more stellar artwork here of Jason's mask. And what I'm going to go ahead and do now, well actually let's flip to the other side here. I guess the glare isn't too bad here. So there's the side of the box, and this is wraparound artwork. So you can see this art wraps, and then we're back to the back of the box here. And then here we get a list of the contents. So if you want to pause, you can take a look over the listing here, and then we'll have more information on the back of each of the individual Blu-ray cases inside. And then let's flip to the bottom here. We have some just technical information to be seen there, and then here are all of our films. So this looks just absolutely wonderful to see everything together here in one set. And then we have the collector's book or booklet here on the end, and then here's our bonus discs, bonus material. So let's go ahead. I am going to do my best to get this shrink wrap off in a timely manner. Gotta love that opening a new set feel here, especially with something like this. I have been waiting for this for a long time, so this is just really, really wonderful. Now the info card here on the side, this does pull off. So now let's take a look at the final part of the wraparound. So there was our back, and then we get this wraparound here. Just absolutely stellar artwork. I could not be more happy with the artwork that they had commissioned here. So again, here are all 12 films and the booklet. So let's go ahead and I guess we'll just put the box to the side here, and then I will just start picking these off here one by one. So first up, obviously we have Friday the 13th from 1980 when the franchise started. So here we have the original poster art, which is really cool. This is just such iconic art here. So really happy to see this here on the cover of the first film. There is our spine, and then here is the back, and I'll do my best here to get this in frame here so you can take a look at the synopsis and the special features included here. As you can see, the first feature is the new 4K scan of the original camera negative. And I also want to mention that this is a Region A release. I'll make sure and note as we're going through the films if there's anything that is region free, but everything in here will at least be Region A. So that's something to make note of. But definitely some good extra features included here. And this the first film here from 1980 comes in at a runtime of 94 minutes. Let's go ahead and open up here. So we have 2 discs, and I love that we have it looks like we're going to be getting individual disc art for each of the films, not just, you know, kind of a standard blue disc or black or anything like that. We get some great artwork here, and that's really come to be an expectation we've had of Scream Factory. They always do a great job with that. So really great artwork here. So this is the second disc in this set, and this is for the uncut version. And I will set that aside. And then disc 1 here is for the theatrical version. And I wanted to set the other disc aside so we can take a look. Here is the reversible cover art. So it looks like we have some other kind of original promotional art for when the film was originally released. This isn't newly commissioned artwork that we're getting on these reversible covers, it looks like. So that is another option if you'd like to flip that around. For me, I am definitely going to stick with the original poster art. That's one of my favorite posters, and just so iconic. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll pick up the pace here a little bit with these next ones here. So here is Friday the 13th Part 2, again with original art. There's the spine. There is the back. Let's go ahead and bring this up close so you can read the synopsis and special features. So we do also get the new 4K scan from the original camera negative with this film as well. This is also Region A from 1981 with a runtime of 86 minutes. And then on the inside here, we have a single disc, as we just get the theatrical version. And I do like the cover art there. Just nice bold type. But I love the artwork that we get on the cover here. So I think we'll go ahead and stick with that. All right, up next we have Friday the 13th Part 3 3D, A New Dimension in Terror. Really cool artwork. There is the spine. And here is the back. Go ahead and read up. This is Region A from 1982, runtime of 95 minutes. And this is, of course, where Jason gets his iconic mask. All right, and then on the inside, again, we have... Oh, so interesting. So we have... We do not have a multi-disc set here. All right, so this is going to be interesting. I'm going to need to test this. I'm wondering if there is just a 3D version included on the disc that you'll have that's only playable if you have a 3D player. I assume that's the case, but I'm not too familiar with the technology around the 3D Blu-ray players, because we do have the standard Blu-ray logo here, as well as the Blu-ray 3D logo. So that'll be interesting to see what we get here. And so there is our disc art. Here's our reversible art, so kind of a 3D looking Jason. All right, so that is part 3, 3D. And next up we have Friday the 13th, the final chapter with original poster. There is our spine and the back with, of course, Corey Feldman was in this one. Oops, move that up here so you can read the synopsis and special features. And this is Region A from 1984, a runtime of 91 minutes. And then on the inside, so we get that nice bold font on the cover for the reversible cover art. And then some great disc art here. Another iconic image from the franchise and their marketing materials that anyone that's a fan of the series has seen that image many, many times. All right, so there is the final chapter. And moving on, we have Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. If Jason still haunts you, you're not alone. And this one definitely changes up the pace a bit, changes up the story a bit, and it's a little bit of a departure in terms of how it relates to the rest of the series. All right, there's our synopsis and special features. This is Region A, 1985, a runtime of 92 minutes. You forget that back when these were originally released, they were popping these off one by one just year after year. So, fun time to be a horror fan was the 80s. I mean, it's definitely, in my opinion, and I think of a lot of people's opinions, the best era for horror for sure. There we have the disc art, cool disc art on this one as well. So if I'm being totally honest, not a fan at all of the reversible cover art on this one. Just some very kind of plain looking text. The other ones I know have the bold type, but they're better looking than that, but no harm, no foul. I like the artwork that they include, just not the reversible cover art. All right, next up, we have Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, Kill or Be Killed. Original poster art there. There's our spine. Let's jump to the back here. And this is Region A, 1986, with a runtime of 86 minutes. Really happy to see how many special features we're getting on these. And then we also have the extra discs at the end of the set as well. So just so much to get into here. All right, and there is our disc art. Now, interestingly enough, the reversible cover art we have here is not really reversible as much as it is just a backdrop to the kind of a backdrop to the interior artwork here. So we have Jason, and so that's neat. I almost prefer, because with all of these so far, I like the artwork that's already on the front. It would have been cool for them to have kind of a backdrop like this throughout all the discs, but I know a lot of people, including myself, we do appreciate as collectors to have the reversible option. So it's not good or bad, just a different way they maybe could have gone. And it's interesting that they're not consistent all the way through with having actual reversible cover art, but just the backdrop here. But very nice looking on that. So there is part 6. Next up, we have Friday the 13th, part 7, The New Blood. On Friday the 13th, Jason is back, but this time someone's waiting. All right, there's our spine. And this is Region A, 1988, with a runtime of 88 minutes. I like that some of these runtimes correspond with the year they were they were released. All right, and then again we have just the art backdrop, not necessarily the reversible cover art. There is the disc art and our backdrop image here, which is very neat looking. All right, next up, we have Friday the 13th, part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. I really, really like the theme song in this movie. Very catchy theme song to this one. If you haven't heard it, you can definitely YouTube it. But the main theme on this one is really, really good. So we have that original poster art there. All right, we have Region A. So I think it's safe to say that we're going to have Region A all throughout here. From 1989 with a runtime of 100 minutes. Go ahead and move up this artwork. Got really pushed down on this one. All right, and then some more backdrop art. Very, very cool. And then the disc art on there. All right, next we are going to hell. All right, with Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. But not really. Evil has finally found a home. There's the original poster art and spine. And this is Region A from 1993 with a runtime of 88 minutes. And yes, this is a 2-disc. So this disc right here, and then we do get reversible artwork, although I'm not sure what the... Oh, I guess there's a different, kind of a different tagline on the reversible cover art there. But here is the disc for the theatrical version. And here is the disc for the unrated version. All right, and I'm weird. I like things to be a very specific way. So I'll have the theatrical on that side and then unrated on that side. I know I am weird. All right, so there is Jason Goes to Hell. Next up, we have Jason X, or what, Jason Goes to Space. Evil Gets an Upgrade. All right, and this is Region A from 2002 with a runtime of 91 minutes. I guess this will age me. That was the year that I graduated high school. It's hard to believe that this one came out, 18 years ago now. All right, so we do have a reversible cover artwork on that. There's our disc art. All right, so that is Jason X. Coming into the home stretch here. Next up we have Freddy vs. Jason. This is such a fun entry in the collection. I'm really happy that they included this. I always have a really fun time with this one. Definitely one I like to come back to regularly. So some great original poster art there. Freddy versus Jason on the spine, and then here is the back. This is also Region A from 2003, the runtime of 97 minutes. All right, and there's our disc art and our reversible art. So that's actually pretty cool, kind of minimalistic cover art on the reverse there. Now that's something interesting to note as well, is that the disc on this one, we have the New Line Cinema logo, and then of course the Blu-ray logo, but we do not have the Scream Factory logo. So that tells me there might have been some little licensing bit there that didn't allow for them to do that. So so this is the disc we get. In fact, this disc looks familiar. I'm wondering if this is a port, if this is just the actual disc. Let me know in the comments if you know if this is a disc that's been previously used in the New Line release of the Blu-ray. I think that might be the case here. All right, so there is Freddy versus Jason. And the last film, and then of course we have the extra features to get to, but the last film here is Friday the 13th from 2009. And yeah, this is from the producers of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003. I love the original Texas Chainsaw, but the 2003 remake is also really, really wonderful. So if you're obviously into horror movies and into Texas Chainsaw Massacre and you haven't seen the 2003 version, or definitely if you haven't seen the original version, I highly recommend both of those. Welcome to Crystal Lake. I really like the design of Jason in this 2009 version. And let's pull this up closer here for you. So this is Region A from 2009, 97 minutes on the runtime. And yeah, so this also does not have the Scream Factory logo, and I know for sure this is, so it looks like with this and Freddy vs. Jason, the discs from the previous releases have just ported straight over to this set. So that's just a minor thing to make note of. Very, very cool reversible cover art. I love that image of Jason's mask. That one I probably will end up reversing just because I love that image so much. All right, so that does it for the films themselves. Now let's take a look. I believe this is a 2-disc set that we have here. This is the Friday the 13th collection bonus material. There is the spine, and then here is a list of the supplements included on these 2 discs. So no note on the back here of runtime, but it does note that it is Region A as well. So a clean sweep on the discs as far as being a Region A. And we have matching artwork on these discs, matching the Jason's mask artwork from the box set. And then we have the backdrop of the artwork from the first film. There's the second disc. All right, and then last but certainly not least, we have our booklet, which also includes the Jason mask artwork. And so this is a perfect bound book. Book's a little bit beat up here on the spine, which is unfortunate, but nothing too bad. All right, and then there is the writing on the spine there. I'm not sure if you can see that. All right, let's take a quick look at what we have here. And if you've watched other videos on the channel, you know how much I love included books and booklets. I love when they provide reading outside of watching the films. There's reading to do to kind of find out more about the production and history on the films, and the education that comes after watching the movies is always a fun adventure. So lots of great photos from the films, a lot to read up on. So it's not a large book by any means, but it looks like they've packed a lot in here, so this is great. All right, so nothing on the back, just the logos and technical information, and then again, just that awesome Jason mask artwork. So as I am putting these back in, let me just kind of wrap up my thoughts here on the set. So again, we have a couple of the discs ported over from previous releases, which is fine. And then I do wonder about part 3 on how that disc is going to operate, but I'll definitely be checking that out here as soon as I wrap up filming here. But just overall, for fans of Friday the 13th, this is absolutely the set that you should be purchasing. Yes, there are other collections and other ways to get the films cheaper, but I cannot speak highly enough on how well put together this collection is. The box and the cover art and the individual art on each of the films is just really, really wonderful. And the main art here, I mean, again, if you're a fan of the movies, it's really, really hard to not like what you see here. So this looks to be an absolutely stellar release from Scream Factory. I look forward to jumping into these titles and seeing, especially on the first 4 films, I'm excited to see how the 4K scan looks on those, and then of course taking a look at the rest of the films as well, and then jumping into the extra features discs, and then reading the booklet. So just a lot to enjoy here, and an absolute winner of a release from Scream Factory of Friday the 13th collection, Deluxe Edition. All right, everybody, thank you so much for coming by the channel today. I was so excited to make this video, and I am so pleased with the final product that we have here from Scream Factory. This is a set that I am so excited to have in my collection, and I'd like to know down in the comments below if this is a set that you plan on picking up, and also let me know what your favorite Friday the 13th film is. I know for me, out of the 12, it's a very hard pick. Like I said earlier, the first 4 are the most near and dear to my heart, but I do love this franchise as a whole, and I hope going down the road that we see more sets like this from Scream Factory. If we're talking wish list here, I would love to see A Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream. I think those 2 deserve some deluxe treatment, and I would be first in line to pick those up for sure. But if you are new to this channel and you found this video helpful or entertaining in any way, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. We talk movies a lot here, and I try and produce about 2 videos per week is typically what you can look forward to. Sometimes that will differ, obviously, depending on my schedule and availability of items and that type of thing, but generally I try and produce about 2 videos per week, and I would love to have you here in this fun little community that we've created. There's always great comments, and I love interacting with all of you here. So definitely hit that subscribe button, the like button, and finally the bell icon so that you'll be notified when I upload videos in the future. And until next time, this is David signing off with Cartoon Fortress, and I hope you're all watching a lot of great horror films.